Okay, I went live again, see if that works, and if not, I'll upload it afterwards. Well, welcome to the Stronach Aurora Recreation Complex for tonight's U22 Elite matchup between the road team Barrie Junior Sharks and the hometown Central York Panthers. Two teams off to hot starts to their regular seasons. The Sharks coming in at 9-2-0. The Panthers coming in at 8-1-0 on the season. My name is Josh McCann. Thanks for joining us, everyone. The first stream didn't go as planned, but it sounds like the second one is good and up. As we get ready to start here tonight, look at your starting goalies. In net for the Sharks at number 58, Riley Maxwell. The Panthers at number 30, Claire Hicks. Van Berkel and France on the draw. And we are underway. Possession goes to the Sharks. Sonia Meadow with it. Spinning back off Pack. Playing it to Cosgrave. Cosgrave goes up the wing. That's tipped into the zone by Stewart. Hands are up for icing. And it is called as Cody got there first. Sharks coming in off a 2-0 loss against the Stony Creek Sabres on the weekend. Central York coming off a 2-0 weekend. Here's a backhander down low. Puck goes behind the net. Van Berkel battling Cosgrave. Intercepted by the Sharks. Meta to Jenny Keller. Recently named to Team Alberta for the U18s later in the year. Stewart to Keller. Here's a shot stopped by Hicks. First opportunity of the game goes to the Sharks. And Hicks able to keep it out. As I said, Jenny Keller made it to the U18 provincials alongside Maddie McKay. Keller will be on Team Alberta, McKay on Team Manitoba. Puck goes around the boards. Mackenzie Cody catching up to it for the Panthers. Central York defenseman sends it forward for Trifon. Goes past her, and that's icing. So a couple icings here early on. Winter and Shapira on the draw. Shapira gets kicked out. Coming in will be Lazaru. Taya. Puck comes free, deflected around on net, and stopped by Hicks. .1909 to go in the first period. Bit of a slow start here, but Sharks lose the offensive zone draw. Lazar trying to catch up. That's chipped to keep in it by Charette. Shapira flips it out to Trifon. She'll fire it down the ice. And Charette is there. Backhanded around past Scorgiello. Brummel and Trifon battle forward, and the puck goes down behind the Shark net. Winter intercepted by Lazaru, but Sharks are able to get it back. Winter off the boards, gets it out. Fired right back in by Panthers defender Briere Deckers. Charette, collision out in front, and they score! A bit of an awkward one there as Charette lost it right out in front. Lily Paisley with her 4th of the year, and the Panthers, a minute and a half in, have a 1-0 lead. So 1-0 Central York. A bit of a unlucky play by the Sharks. Can't really fault Maxwell there. She didn't think the puck would end up on net. 7 back to the point to Silva. Off the boards, play behind the net for Larman. Around to McKay. Back to the point. Dion trying to keep it in. She will. The battle against the boards. Dion to Larman. Off her skate and goes to Ashley Minor. She'll calm it down, plays it off the boards and out of the zone. De Silva gets it right back in. Minor able to grab it and play it across. Fired ahead by Martone up to Lewington. And game passes Johnson, now a chance, stopped by Maxwell. This line of Johnson, Martone, and Lewington has been Central York's best so far this year. 8 goals, 3 assists for Martone. 3 and 5 for Lewington. 3 and 6 for Kira Johnson. Lewington and Martone in their first seasons at the junior level. Johnson was with the Panthers last year. Here's Johnson with the puck now. She'll drop it back to Lesnick. Around the boards, kept in by Cosgrave. She'll chip it down behind the net. Too far for France to get, but Jenny Keller catches up. Back to the point. Meta takes a shot. Knocked down, and it goes wide. Here's Clark. Backhanded ahead, kept in by Cosgrave. Down to the corner, France chasing to Lesnick. Stick lift there by Keller, and Meta able to chip it down low. Here's France. France taken into the boards by Clark. Keller tried to put it in front, that's broken up. Goes off the board, Scorgiello diving to keep it in, takes a tumble, and back the other way comes Abigail Pack. Cosgrave takes a header into the boards, looks like she's all right. Pack trying to play it down low. That's broken up by Scorgiello. Battle for it now. Swanson comes free with it, plays it off the boards. Nice play to Wallace. Here comes Wallace with an opportunity. Makes a move, coming around, fires a shot and scores! Taylor Wallace with a beautiful move there on Cody. That's number 2 on the season for Wallace, and the Sharks are right back in this one. It's 1-1. Shot by Wallace, great pass by Swanson. Perfectly off the boards, right to her teammate. Set up that one-on-one opportunity that was won by Wallace. Penalty coming to the Panthers. Roughing is the call. Mackenzie Cody going to the box. So the Shark power play looks to go to work. They had a few goals last Friday, but were 0 for on Sunday. Have an opportunity to take the lead here. Dion to De Silva. Chipping it behind the net. Deckers is there, trying to clear it. Kept in by Dion. She'll go off the boards looking for De Silva, but it takes a bad hop. Minor's able to get it out. Meta back to Dion. Back across to Meta. They try to play a forward chip by Janowski. She'll calm it down, now fire it down the ice. Just past Paisley. Maxwell leaves it for Meta. Meta, gonna take a skate with it. Meta gets past Trifon, takes a stumble though. Clark is there and she'll clear. Puck goes down the length, Maxwell is there, finds Larman. Sam Larman with it. Minute 7 left in the Shark power play. The pass across got deflected. Shred able to tip it ahead. But Central York gets it back down the length. Meadow calm it down. Shred deflected by Johnson. Went between her legs. That's tip, goes on net. Goes past Maxwell. Johnson behind the net now, guarded by 3 Sharks. They try and get the puck back. Half a minute to go in the Shark power play. Swanson able to get it free. Lots of approval by the Central York bench of the way they played it there. Stewart to France off her skate. Sharks haven't really been able to get set up here. Now in a bit of trouble with making a change. Panthers have it. Clark's going to send it the length. Took a big hop there on Maxwell, but she's in front of it to make the stop. Final seconds of the power play. Cody ready to come out. 7 for Cosgrave. 1 final rush. Cosgrave into the zone. It's broken up. Deckers plays it ahead to Martone. Panthers may have an opportunity here. Martone has Lewington driving the net. She has her, but it's tipped just wide. Brumwell ahead to Stewart, just over her stick and over Decker's stick as well. That goes ahead, deflected around. Brumwell has it. Scorgiello is there, flipped in. Deckers goes up the boards, tipped ahead, Pack diving, able to play it ahead. Now Ordanis and Van Berkel are 2-on-1. Ordanis for Van Berkel, that's broken up by Scorgiello. Big play there as Van Berkel may have been home free if she hadn't got a deflection on that one. Puck comes back to Van Berkel, trying to put it out in front. That was broken up and tipped. Puck stayed below the netting, so it remains in. Puck comes to the middle. Pack plays it down low for Ordanis. That's broken up. Ellie Winter on it now, looking for Wallace off her stick. Panthers retain possession. Cody on the point, fires a shot, stopped by Maxwell. Rebound, Frasca takes the shot, save Maxwell again. Rebound is sitting there. Sharks trying to get it free to safety, and they do. Lazarus stepping up to grab possession. A couple Sharks there trying to get it out, and it's Dion that'll eventually do the job. Central York trying to catch the Sharks on a quick change. Here's Shapira into the zone. That's tipped up top by Meta. Lazarus gets to it. Meta pins her to the boards. Larman from behind her own net fires it out. Panthers bringing it right back ahead. Trifon will send it in. Cosgrave up to McKay. McKay trying to get it to Larman. We have a battle for McKay's going to come back and regroup. Finding Meta up to De Silva. And El De Silva will send it down. Hicks leaves it there for Clark. Played up the boards and out of the zone. Cosgrave calms things down, now plays it ahead. Larman battling with Kolesnik, and Central York's going to go back the other way. Paisley off the boards, chasing his Van Berkel, and is able to negate icing. Van Berkel now comes out in front and stopped by Maxwell. 12:02 to go here in the first period. Paisley gets kicked out. Janowski will take the draw. Won by the Sharks. 7 trying to go to Dion. That was broken up. Battle for it against the boards. Tied up. Puck comes free to the Sharks. Around the board. Swanson may have Stewart for a break. She can flip forward. She does. Stewart trying to get past Minor. Taken down. She'll draw a penalty. Or no, that was offside. Sorry. Puck comes around the boards. Paisley backhands it to Johnson. Dion able to sneak in front of her, but now Minor coming in. Ashley Minor was able to step up and get the puck. That was tipped and goes up into the netting with 11:20 to go in the first period. Johnson and Winter on the draw. Won by Johnson. Martone going to come to the middle. Tons of space. Martone makes a move to the net. That's broken up. Sharks looking to go back the other way. Wallace with Winter and Brumwell. But that's broken up by Frasca. Tipped around. Scorgiello is there. Battle for it against the boards, and it comes free to Lewington. Out to the middle. That's broken up by Charette. Charette looking to go back the other way. She'll get past neutral and into the zone. Getting it past Cody. Now Charette trying to go on the chase. Can't get there. Puck comes around to Winter. Played down low to Brumwell. Lost it to Lewington. Lewington able to get past Larman. Johnson turned over. Brumwell spins back. Has space trying to put it to the net. Had McKay charging the net open. She puts it out in front. Larman couldn't get her stick free. Here's Meta on the point. She'll take a shot, looking for a deflection. That goes wide. Cosgrave trying to step up. That goes out of the zone and down the length of the ice. Sonia Meta. Back to McKay. Backhanded off the boards for Larman. To De Silva, just missed. Clark gets there, it'll go down the ice. Ordanis chasing. Dion is there first. Kathleen Dion trying to put it through the middle. That was broken up. Van Berkel now trying to get on it. Puck comes out to Larman. Larman going to calm it down. She'll go off the boards to De Silva. Gets past her. Shot on net. That's tipped over top. Dion now couldn't flip it out. We have a rugby scrum against the boards. McKay came free with it. Tied up against Pack. 13 on 13 there. Coming forward is Clark. Gets it to Van Berkel. Trying to drive the net. De Silva will force it wide. Here's Clark now. Tipped by McKay. Paddling forward. Cosgrave's there and will spin it back. Sam Larman with some space. Gets out. Kolesnik will send it right back in. Maxwell leaves it for Dion. Dion to Keller. Fired down the ice. Deckers was coming on. She'll keep it at neutral. Means Sharks have to be careful if they're making changes here. That's fired in down low behind the net. Lazar lost the puck. Keller going ahead to Stewart. Bates Stewart going down the ice. That's a bit of a tie up there. Back to the point. Charette. She'll take a shot. That's knocked down. Nearly a chance for France, but the Panthers able to take it back. Trefon sending it down the ice. Hand is up for icing, and it will be. 8:32 to go in the first period. We're tied at 1 still. It was Lily Paisley getting the scoring started a minute and a half in, and that was responded by Taya Wallace of the Sharks. Made it 1-1. Off the draw, Minor. Up the boards, Trifon. To the middle, looking for Shapira. Broken up. France goes back the other way. Minor now. Battles for, plays it ahead for Janowski. That's broken up. Clark sending it ahead. Goes off her skate. Charette. Cross for Keller. Cross ice feed to Stewart. She's able to knock it down, trying to catch up to it. Collision with Frasca there, and Frasca able to get it out. Right onto the stick of Van Berkel. Annabella Van Berkel. Tipped to the middle. Chipped around by Janowski. Scores yellow. Couldn't get it out. Brumwell trying to come in, and she'll get it out of the zone. Cody trying to bring it right back in. That's tipped by Winter. Fights through. Brumwell trying to tip it ahead. That's broken up. Brumwell trying to come into the zone. That's intercepted by Frasca. And the Panthers try and go out the other way. Van Berkel into the zone. Guarded by Scorgiello. Good job with her stick there. Forces the turnover. Brumwell fanned on the pass, looking for Wallace. And the Panthers are able to get it right back in. Collision there at the bench of Central Yorks. They're trying to get off. Janowski went down. Looks like she's all right. Johnson knocked down Scorgiello there. This player's battle for the puck. Martone back to the point. That shot's blocked. Sharks trying to go back the other way. Brumwell trying to catch up. Hicks will get it. She'll play it off the boards. To Lesnick. Up the wing, out of the zone, and back to possession of the Sharks. Dion across the 7. Trying to go all the way across to McKay. That's picked off by Lewington. Ella Lewington into the zone. Gives to Martone. She'll make a move and spin back. Now has space to the middle. Martone fires a shot. That goes wide. Rebound Lewington. Battling as Central York trying to change on the fly. 7 will flip it out. Chipped back in by Johnson. Nope, kept from going in by Dion and fired down into the Central York end. Deckers goes around. That hit the official. But luckily for the Panthers, no harm from it. Puck comes around, tips out to the point. 7 brings it out, she'll regroup. Cross to Cosgrave. Off the boards, intercepted. Deckers will flip it in for the Panthers. 7. Knocked off the puck by Ordanis. Ordanis tried to stay on it. Larman gets it. Plays the head to De Silva. Cross for Jenny Keller. Knocked off the puck, plays it across. Now Panthers with possession. Van Berkel will tip it in, and they'll head off on a change. Maxwell leaves it for Charette, plays it to Keller, and that's deflected into the Shark bench. .5:37 to go. Shapira and France on the draw. Battle for it. Central York with it. Driving the net is Lazarou. That's broken up. Puck comes out. Cody fighting with Keller for it. Cody able to keep it. Plays it to Trifon. Back to Frasca. She'll flip it ahead. Collision there between Meta and Trifon. Hand is up. That'll be a penalty coming to the Sharks. Body contact, the call. And Central York will get their first power play. So it'll be 2 minutes. Central York looking to get on the lead back. They held it for about 3 minutes before the Sharks got back in it. Larman couldn't clear. Sharks have done a great job this year on their penalty kill, especially the forwards have done a great job being aggressive on Central York defenders, not giving them any time to set up. They're going to clear there, and Central York will regroup. Minor. Played ahead to Deckers. Up to Trifon. Flip down behind the net. Seven loses it. Puck goes back to the point. Deckers down low. Played down behind the net by Trifon. Shapira trying to get to it. She falls. Minor down low. Lazarou. Trying to put it out front for Shapira. That missed, and Wallace is able to tip it out. Wallace trying to catch up to Minor again, but that comes out or comes into the zone. Panthers are making changes. Seven with a chance to clear, and remains in for now. Paisley trying to step up. Janowski barely able to keep it in. This time it'll come out. 50 seconds left on the Central York power play. Martone's pass to Paisley's tip. Cody makes a move. Now has some space. Kenzie Cody into the zone to Paisley. Tipped by Stewart, but Paisley able to keep possession. Fires a shot. That was blocked, and a falling Cosgrave able to clear it out to the point. Cody, Paisley coming through the middle, sending it across. Here's Johnson on the point. Johnson trying to go down to Martone. Cosgrave fights through it. Now Johnson able to get it. Janowski lets it go past her to Cody. Over to Johnson. 13 seconds. She'll take a shot, and that hit Martone. Friendly fire there by the Panthers. Sharks able to go back the other way. Keller will send it the length, and that'll do it for the power play. So both teams 0 for 1 here tonight as we enter the final 3 minutes of the first period. Knocked away, turnover, 2-on-1. Stewart centers for Charette just over her stick. Pack trying to go back the other way. She'll turn it over. Stewart fighting for it, loses it to Cody. Would have been a nice opportunity for the Sharks there had they been able to get a shot off, but maybe just a bit too much on that pass. Cody, that was blocked by Brumwell. Comes out to the point, and Charette's able to tip it down low. Clark back on it. Caitlin Clark across to Pack. Pack into the zone, takes a shot, stopped by Maxwell and a whistle. And yes, if you are a women's basketball fan, you did hear that right. Caitlin Clark is the name of one of the Panthers defenders. Obviously, with what the age difference, Caitlin Clark just breaking into the WNBA the last few years, that it wouldn't be related to one another, but just a funny coincidence. De Silva to Meta, trying to tip it through. That's broken up. Scorgiello took a tumble. Down Maxwell takes a tumble in her net. Sharks have to be careful. Larman around for McKay, tipped ahead. I don't know if Maxwell's having an issue with her pad. She seems to be shaking it out a bit. Looks like she has an issue. And now it'll be whistled down. Luckily for the Sharks, because Maxwell's looks like an issue with her pad or her skate. So taking care of that in front of the net. Now I don't know, the official pointed for her to stay in her net. I don't know if there's actually a rule about that where they can't actually go over to the bench. Saw something last year like that where actually here in Central York, the Central York player had an equipment issue, they went to their bench and then all of a sudden they were forced to leave the game until the next whistle. Well, it looks like it's all good. Head coach Dwayne Eldridge getting an explanation on something. So all's good, 1:45 to go in the first period. Off the draw, Sharks with possession. Charette to Cosgrave. Makes a move, plays the head. Pass to her, Keller. If it had kept rolling past Miner, may have had a break there. Keller now has it in the neutral zone. She'll come in. With Stewart and Swanson floated to the net, stopped by Hicks. And that's stopped with 1:27 to go. Swanson and Shapira on the draw, one by Swanson. Shredded, went over her stick, back the other way come the Panthers. Lazarou into the zone, makes a move, fires a shot, stopped by Maxwell. Cosgrave may have got a piece of that one to calm it down, but nice save by Maxwell getting across. As Lazarou broke in there. Paisley and Winter on the draw. Kathleen Dion. Around the boards for Brumwell. Back to the defense. Dion to 7. Played ahead, deflected forward. Winter trying to catch up to it. Frasco will be there first. Tried to play it ahead. That was knocked down by Winter. Sharks trying to get the puck back. Brumwell has it, but that was blocked off by Janowski, and now Frasco clear. Into the final minute of the opening period. Dion pressured by Janowski. Dion to Wallace. That was deflected. And dropped back to Dion. Played around to Brumwell. Maybe Brumwell going off the boards. And out of the zone. Audrey Martone is there. The sister of former OHLer, now NCAA player Porter Martone. Larman sends it in. Puck goes down behind the net. Coming up on the final 10 seconds here. Maybe one final chance for Central York as Lewington kicks it into the zone. Meadow will get there. Puck's pinned, kicked loose. De Silva gets there, flips it out, and that will do it. So it's been a while since we've seen a goal, as both goals came in the early going. It was Paisley a minute and a half in, and then Teo Wallace tied the game up for the Sharks. 1-1 after 1 here at the Stronach Aurora Recreation Complex. So we're going to take a quick break for intermission. You're watching Barrie Junior Sharks Hockey live on YouTube. Well, welcome back for the second period here at the Stronach Aurora Recreational Complex. It's Sharks and Panthers tied at 1 after 1. After goals from Lily Paisley and Taya Wallace. Both goals came early in that first period. So it's been a while since we've had a goal. 16 minutes left in the first period was our last goal of this one. Unfortunately, due to some technical issues, we missed the pre-game, but just to recap that, the Sharks are coming off a 2-0 loss to Stony Creek, where great performance in net by Stony Creek goaltender Michaela Musty, who shut the Sharks out to give Stony Creek the win. Panthers are coming off a perfect weekend with a pair of victories over the Oakville Hornets and the OHA Mavericks. First meeting of 2 this year between these two teams. They'll rematch on a Thursday in November at the East Bay Community Center. The Sharks won the season series last year 2-1 after splitting the regular season games, and then the Sharks won the game at provincial between these two teams. The Sharks then took the Stony Creek Showcase game between the pair for the bronze medal as we're back underway in the second period. Telesnik going back, will play it around. Van Berkel gets it out of the zone. Back the other way, here comes Lewington. Maybe some numbers for the Panthers, but that's broken up. Meta trying to get it out of the zone. That misses and Cosgrave is there. Cosgrave to Stewart. Puck remains in. Telesnik plays it down behind the net. Puck gets out. That's broken up. Paisley tipped ahead. Cosgrave is there, and that's broken up. Paisley getting around. Panthers would be offside. Meta plays it to Keller. She'll chip it past Cody. Stewart coming on the ice, chasing Frasca. That just goes off the pad of Hicks, who decides to let play continue. Martone spins back on Wallace. Martone to Cody. She'll go off the boards looking for Johnson. Her and Meta collide. Battle literally right in front of us. Puck comes free to Brumwell. Abby Brumwell to Taya Wallace. A rare experience here, being this close. There's a few arenas like this. Waterloo earlier this year. Winter trying to put it in front. That's broken up. As well as Leaside, that's a very close one. Then you go to Nepean and there's about 100 rows of stairs. You can basically go up to the sky there as Sharks come in offside. 18-18 to go in the second period. Larman and Van Berkel on the draw. Won by the Sharks. De Silva will get it past Minor, chips it down to the corner. Deckers reverses it to Minor, and out she comes. Ashley Minor up the wing. Pass across. Tipped in. Charette intercepted. Minor down low, trying to put it out in front. That goes wide and goes out of the zone. Van Berkel. That's tipped by De Silva. Comes out of the zone. Now Pack going back the other way. 2-on-1 maybe. Here come the Panthers. Pack up the wing. Takes the shot. She scores! Abigail Pack with her second of the year. Could have passed it, but was given a lane to the net to shoot it, and she takes it as the Panthers retake the lead. It's 2-1. Stewart sending it in, so Sharks find themselves behind once again. They were able to respond very quickly last time. Can they do it again here? Keller down low. Waiting and try and give off for Stewart, but she missed her, and Van Berkel has it, and will send it out back the other way. Battle for it. Tipped ahead by Stewart, lost her stick. Telesnik playing it around. That got past the stick of Bordanis and goes down the length of the ice for an icing with 17:07 to go in the second period. Sharks come free with it. Keller back to the point, 7. 7 going to take a shot, deflected by Stewart and stopped by Hicks. Rebound, Van Berkel and Stewart battle for it. Keller with it now, puts it out in front for France, tipped on net, stopped by Hicks. 16:51 to go. Shots in the first period were 8-4 for the Panthers, so I think the Sharks will want to get some more opportunities going. Winter beats Shapiro on the draw, but Central York takes it from Wallace. Back the other way. Here come the Panthers. Tipped into the zone by Triffin. Now down behind the net. And I don't know if it went under the net or got stuck on the net, but get a whistle here. Battle between the second and third place teams in the U22 Elite League. Sharks currently 2 points ahead of the Panthers, so if Central York can take this game, they will overtake Barrie for second. Wallace, that's broken up. Puck goes down behind the net. Cody puts it out in front, that's broken up. Meta up the boards. Kept in by Trifon. Down low, Shapira. Back to the point. There's Frasca. She'll take a shot. That's wide of the net of Maxwell. Back to the point. Cody. Friendly fire there. She hits Lazarou. Cosgrave tipping it through. Swanson trying to catch up to it, but Shapira comes out of the zone and grabs it herself. Shapira to Lazarou. Into the zone. She'll take a shot. That goes wide. Meadow is all over her. Paisley, the initial goal scorer of this one. Had it, lost it, and Winter will get it out. Larman trying to tip it past Minor. That's broken up. Meta hard off the boards into the Panther end. Icing is waved off already. Deckers gets to it, plays it to Paisley. She got pressured by McKay, but the Panthers are out back the other way. Elizabeth Janowski. That's broken up. Puck flipped up in the air. And it's Maddie McKay taking it for the Sharks. She'll fire it across to Charette. Sent ahead for Larman. Off her stick. And right to Minor for the Panthers. Up the board, Scorgiello aggressively coming in there, lifts the stick of Paisley. Puck still comes out, but the Sharks get possession. Shred off the boards for Paisley, broken up. Here's Van Berkel flipping it in. Scorgiello took a tumble there behind the net. Shred able to catch up to it, gets it ahead to McKay. France back the other way, 2-on-2. France gives to De Silva, steps up, takes the shot, blocked away by Hicks. Puck remains in play, McKay tipping it down low. France getting it back now for the Sharks. She'll come to the middle. France getting it to Stewart. That's off her skate. Lewington tips it ahead. Now back the other way comes Johnson. Try to get past Charette. The two of them go down. Johnson draws a penalty. They're going to get their second power play of the night. 7-0 touch now, and nice opportunity there for the Panthers. They aren't able to get the shot, but they will get the penalty drawn. Good job by Kira Johnson. It'll be Adrielle Charette going to the box. To the hook. Draw one by the Sharks. Cody to Paisley. Back to Cody. Cody takes a shot, knocked down by Janowski, but it goes wide. Puck flipped down low, Martone. Martone to Paisley. Keeps it on her stick. Cody to Paisley. Panthers looking to go to work. Nice pass back to the point. Cody. Johnson winds up a one-timer blocked by Wallace. That one's got a sting. She'll clear it the length. And now she'll get a change. Looks like she's no worse for wear right now. Here's Janowski, played ahead to Paisley. Tipped by Meta. Here's Larman looking ahead. McKay maybe behind the defense. She is. Maddie McKay with a breakaway. In all alone, short-handed backhander denied. As Larman charging the net, can she get there? She can! Oh, just over top of the net. Sharks coming close, short-handed here. McKay knocks the first off. Another chance. Nice move on Cody. Still has possession and able to play it down to the corner. What a shift for Maddie McKay. Panthers with possession. Van Berkel to Clark. Trying to get it past Dion. That's broken up at the blue line. Kept in by Van Berkel. Tipped by Larman. She'll get it out. 38 seconds left in the Central York power play. Van Berkel across for Clark. That's tipped. And Pack now bringing it in. She got the most recent goal. Looking for more. Pack has a lane to the net. Stopped by Maxwell. 22 seconds left in the power play. Sharks nearly capitalizing on a couple of short-handed opportunities there. First, it was McKay sneaking past the defense. And then Sam Larman coming into the zone as the trailer and was able to get a shot off out in front. She just missed. Ordanis back to the point. Played down low to the corner. 7 tips it ahead, but Van Berkel's there. Final 10 seconds. Keller gets it out. Now she gets past Van Berkel. Maybe a chance for the Sharks. Keller comes in, waits, fires a shot. That just goes over top. Keller collects her own rebound. From behind the net, she'll come out. Plays it down low for Stewart. Stewart trying to put it in front. That's blocked. Here's Van Berkel going up the boards. And the puck comes out and down the ice. Meta. With it. Plays it off the boards. Puck does come out. And right back in by Shapira. Lazarou chasing. Shapira there as well. She gets past 7, has the puck. Lazarou up to the middle, tipped out of the zone by Keller. Minor behind her own net now. 11:54 remaining in the second period. Abigail Pack with a goal for the Panthers has given them the lead. Panthers out back the other way. Trifon. Little zone. Charette knocked down. France trying to get it out. Kept in by Decker. She'll step up with a shot. Stopped by Maxwell. Briere Decker sneaking through the middle there. Off the draw, Winter wins it, scores yellow, goes past Charette out of the zone. Brumwell brings it out front. Swanson can't get it out, kept in by Lewington. Off of Swanson now, it scores yellow. Pinned to the boards by Martone. Puck goes back, here's Lewington. Martone, trying to put it out in front, scores yellow, block that off. Sharks playing nice defense down low, but they can't get the puck out of the zone. Now behind the net, it's Martone. Waits for the puck to catch up to her. Now she'll fake out one way. Gives it to Johnson. She'll go off the boards to the point for Cody. Cody takes a shot. Deflected. Off the crossbar. What a tip there for the Panthers, but just missed. Winter with it. Gives off to Cosgrave. Swanson tried to pass it right away. She'll now have to calm it down. Missed Brumwell. That's going to be icing. 10:33 to go, and the Panthers nearly take a 2-goal lead there on that shot from the point from Cody. Good amount of traffic out in front, and Central York was taking advantage of that. The deflection goes over top of Maxwell, but just off the bar. Paisley and Winter on the draw. Paisley gets kicked out. Janowski will come in. Sharks win it. Scores yellow back to Charette. Up the wing, Brumwell gets it out. Now can she get past the defender? No. Send right back in. Charette is there. Sending it across for Swanson. That's deflected forward. Paisley quickly ahead for Lazarou. Missed her. Puck goes down the ice. Icing waved off. Cosgrave back to Meta. She'll go off the boards. Kept in by Paisley. Sharks have had some trouble getting pucks out of the zone here this period. Paisley guarded by Larman. Broken up. Cosgrave to De Silva. Through the middle. That missed everyone. Meta is there. Plays it ahead. That's tipped. Here's Deckers. Trying to go back the other way with Pack. Meta quickly guarding her. Breaks that one up. Panthers get it back though. Deckers in the corner. Trying to put it out in front. Pack driving the net. But Maxwell was able to cover before she could get there. 9:33 to go in the second period. We remain at 2-1 thanks to an early period goal from Abigail Pack, who's out there on the ice right now for the Panthers with Annabella Van Berkel and Zoe Ordanis. Van Berkel for the Panthers, France for the Sharks, and France is able to win it. 7 to France, trying to get out. Maybe numbers to the Sharks back the other way, just off of Stewart's stick. Keller and Miner battle in the corner. Stewart trying to knock it free. Keller is there. Down low for Stewart. Tip to the middle. Panthers will take it, and out they go again. Here's Pack up the wing. She'll fire it in. Maxwell gets a stick on it. Dion is there. Plays it to France. That remains in the zone. Keller is there. Flipped ahead to Stewart. Got it past Frasca. Trying to catch up to it. Broken up. Nice job by Frasca keeping that one from getting close to her goaltender. 7, fanned on it. Van Berkel will take it. Can't get it out yet. Now they will. Dion, that went over her stick. Charging in with Shapira, but couldn't play it any further. Frasca's pass cross intercepted. Taya Wallace can have another chance. Wallace a shot. She scores! Taya Wallace with her second of the night. She came in with one goal, and she now has 3. 2-2 here in Aurora. Well, it's the Taya Wallace show so far for the Barrie Sharks here tonight. 2-2 thanks to a pair of her goals. Charette to Winter, that's broken up. Shred ahead, that's deflected, it'll go down the ice. Icing waved off. Miner around, Trifon gets it out. Winter trying to play it ahead. Sharks were offside for a moment with the changes they were trying to make. That comes up here and into right in front of us here. Girls down there get the puck. Taya Wallace's third of the year there. Pair of goals tonight. One of those players that only one goal, but it felt like she was playing really good, getting some opportunities so far this year that probably should have gone her way but hadn't. She's getting them tonight. 2-2 here in the second. Charette trying to put it to the middle. That went right to Lewington. She'll fire it across. What a pass to Martone. She'll come in, fires it off the end boards. It comes out in front, but Scorgiello was able to tie up Johnson. De Silva looking for Larman. That's broken up. Lewington tried to come right back in. That's intercepted. Deckers looking for Martone just off her stick. Gets it back. Spins and fires. Blocked away by Maxwell. Rebound. Johnson taken down. Here's Charette. Playing it around. Tipped by McKay. Charette grabs it. Plays it up the boards. That's deflected and it'll come out. Cody. Sent in off the glove of Charette. Sharks have a player up ice. That's Kate Stewart, but they won't have an opportunity to get it to her. Here's McKay. Off the boards, trying to get it to Stewart now, broken up by Frasca. McKay able to get it back. Maddie McKay a shot, that's blocked. That comes to the middle. Stewart firing across, that's blocked. Cosgrave. Broken up by Frasca. Puck comes around, here's Stewart. Stewart puts it out in front. Here's Keller trying to make a move, broken up. France will get it in the corner, pinned by Frasca. Able to quickly get it to Keller. Back to the point, Cosgrave couldn't keep it in. Sharks are offside. Keller will have to come out. Cody is there. Played ahead. That got past Paisley. Puck goes down behind the net. Cosgrave. Backhanded ahead to Keller. Keller looking for Stewart. That hit to skate of Clark. To Lesnick. To Paisley. Out. Meta keeps it in. Stewart stumbles. So is the Panther player there. Battle for it. And out back the other way is Ordanis. Zoe Ordanis gets it past Cosgrave. Now 2-on-1 with Clark. Ordanis takes the shot. Stopped by Maxwell. Rebound Van Berkel. Making moves on the point. Bella Van Berkel. Down low. Pack a shot. That goes wide. To Lesnick. Down low. Past Ordanis. And Meta gets there. Meta will fire it ahead. Wallace is breaking out, but Deckers knocks it down. Wallace chips it to Swanson. In come the Sharks. Swanson takes the shot. That hit the side of the net. Deckers goes up the boards. Packed out back the other way. Pressured by Winter from behind. Now Van Berkel, the trailer, able to gather it. Van Berkel in the zone. That goes just wide. Tried to catch Maxwell lacking there on her glove side. Van Berkel from Trifone. Scrum against the boards. Puck comes out to Minor. Pinned to the boards by Swanson. Tried to go back to the point, intercepted. Winter across for Wallace, broken up again. That's tipped in. Taya Wallace has tried to sneak behind the D a couple more times here, but Deckers has broken it up both times. Might be the sole reason she doesn't have a hat trick right now. Minor. Fired across, tipped out of the zone. 7 and Lazarus, it's a chase for the puck. Maxwell coming out as well. 7 couldn't get it, but Maxwell able to play it ahead. Larman to McKay, and out are the Sharks. 1-on-1 against Cody. Here comes McKay. She'll fire the shot, blocked by Cody. Rebound Shapira. She'll take a skate with it. That's flipped up the boards. Shred ahead for De Silva. Frasca couldn't gather it. It was in the official there. Cody off the boards for Lewington. She tips it ahead to Johnson. Kira Johnson trying to get past De Silva. Both of them were stumbling a bit there. Puck remains in. Johnson flipping it across. Almost got it to Martone. Overscores yellow stick, then over Martone's stick there to negate that scoring opportunity. Battle against the boards. 3.5 to go in the second period. We remain tied at 2. Battle for it. Here's Johnson. Johnson gets past France. Puts it out front for Lewington. That's tipped by De Silva. Try to get it out. Now McKay's out with it for France. 2-on-2, they go into the zone. City France trying to get past to Lesnick. Can't. She'll come back and regroup. Nice pass to Meta. She has room. Her shot stopped by Hicks. Rebound Clark up to Martone. That comes out of the zone. Stewart off the boards and sent in by Meta. To Lesnick. Pressure by France. They'll go around the boards for Janowski. Backhanded ahead. It goes past Paisley. And Meta's there. Kate Stewart now. Cross ice feed to Brumwell. Into the zone comes Brumwell with a chance. That's deflected wide by Telesnik. Keller down to Brumwell. Tied up. Stewart coming in to help out. Puck bouncing around a bit. It'll go to an open spot. Stewart back to the point. That's tipped out of the zone by Lazarus. Now trying to get past Cosgrave. And Cosgrave playing it well there. Lazarus gets it back. Trying to put it out front for Paisley. That was blocked off. Paisley has it now. Gets it to Janowski. Broken up. Now Wallace may have a break back the other way. Pass just missed her. And Hicks is able to play it away. Stewart able to keep it in. Brumwell all over it, forcing the turnover. Takes the shot. That missed wide. Piper 7. Around the net, Brumwell. Back to the point, Paisley. Swanson couldn't keep it. And Paisley able to get it out. Kathleen Dion has Larman all the way ahead. She'll try and get it there, but it's Deckers again. That's 3 times the Sharks have tried a big pass with the long change. Van Berkel came in offside. 1:37 to go here in the second period. Script of this period the same as the first one. Central York gets the first goal early. And then it's Taya Wallace responding to tie the game for the Sharks. She's got 2. Pack's got 1 for Central York, and so does Lily Paisley. Off the draw, battle for it. Down goes Frasca into Silva. McKay puts it out front for Larman. She'll wait, she'll fire. That hit a stick and stopped. Minute and a half to go. Van Berkel kicked out. Off the draw. Tie up. McKay trying to give it to Larman. That was broken up. Maddie McKay going to get it back now. McKay. Back to the point. Meta has space. She'll take a shot. Stopped by Hicks. Coming up on the final minute here of the second period. Larman out front. McKay catches up to it. Driving the net. Maddie McKay couldn't keep it on her stick. Tried to fire it out front for Larman. Now that was broken up by Cody. Now McKay gets it back. Fighting in the corner there. Larman coming in to help out. But Pack able to play it ahead. Here goes Ordanis with Pack. Trying to get it past Charette, broken up. Ordanis able to get it back. Loses it though to Charette. She'll find McKay. Final 45 seconds of this second period. McKay up the wing and send it across. Deflects and Hicks got a piece of it. Had Larman out in front. Couldn't get it to her. Lazarus flipping it ahead. That's broken up. Meta just missed Keller. Puck rims around Stewart. Chips it down low. Keller. Got 20 seconds to go. Stewart fires it out front. Stopped by Hicks. Puck comes out. Meta to Charette. Sharks will have about 10 seconds by the time they get it in the zone. Stewart plays it down low. Hicks plays it to safety. Stewart now fires a shot. Back goes wide. 3 seconds. No Shark over there. That will do it for the second period. So we're tied at 2 after 2. Abigail Pack made it 2-1, but then Teo Wallace once again with her second of the night. 2-2 after 2 periods. As we'll take a quick break. We're watching the Barrie Junior Sharks live on YouTube. tied at 2. Your way here. Look out of town, as I mentioned earlier. Only one game in action. It's the Stony Creek Sabres and the Mississauga Hurricanes. And it's Stony Creek leading 2-1 in that one. Sabres playing some heavy hitters here in the early going after that game against Barrie and now a game against Mississauga. And they're looking to go 2-0 through those games. Reminder of the Sharks' schedule coming up. They'll take the weekend off, enjoy Thanksgiving with their families, and then a pair of home games 2 weekends from now. They'll take on the Ottawa Lady 67s on Friday night. That is October 17th at 8 p.m. and then at 2 p.m. start on the 19th against the Cambridge Rivulets. Next weekend after that will be the Pink in the Rink game at the Sadlin Arena. The month goes on, we see more and more pink on these Shark girls. A lot of pink on their helmets, laces on their pants as well. So here we go, third period. The teams played 3 tight ones last year, and it's another tight one here today. Who's going to come out with the victory? We'll find out in about 20 minutes. Cosgrave turned it over. Here's Pack. Puts it out in front for Van Berkel. Broken up by Meta, and then Van Berkel and Pack went down together. Van Berkel's going to skate off. Could have been much worse, but still hopefully Van Berkel's all good. Puck comes out of the zone. Here goes Lazarus. Trying to get past 7. She might, but she loses the puck. Down the corner, Lazarus. Into the boards by 7. Out to the point, Shapira. Central York coming out flying here. Start the third. Shapira to the point. Cody, quick pass to Frasca. She's open. Takes the shot. Stopped by Maxwell. What an early opportunity for the Panthers. And Berkel couldn't get the one-timer off, though. Remain tied. 7 around to Dion. Tipping it ahead, Shapira. Broken up. Dion trying to go back the other way. Winter intercepted, fired in on that. Stopped by Maxwell. Cody with the shot, Maxwell with the save. Dion up to McKay. That gets past her. Cody, a shot deflected and broken up. Larman. Cross forward to Silva. De Silva to Larman. That was broken up. Frasca trying to backhand it behind the net. Larman intercepts. Tried to put it out front for McKay. She lost it. Chiffon on it. And she'll get it out. 7 to Dion. Up for McKay. Maddie McKay into the Panther end. She'll fire a shot stopped. Rebound Larman. Played down to McKay. Tipped around and Minor shot. Minor ahead. Getting it past Shredda's Paisley. Shrek going to chip it around looking for Scorgiello. That goes up the wing, pats De Silva out of the zone. Hand is up for icing, and that will be called. Just under 18 minutes left here in the third period. Janowski is going to be Larman, but she got kicked out for De Silva. Sharks have it off the draw. Charette around the boards, McKay. Tried to send it cross ice. That's intercepted by Paisley. Puck will come out. Here's Paisley pushing it in. Paisley drops it back. Van Berkel. Van Berkel. Down low, Janowski. Nice pass out front for Paisley, but that was broken up. Back to the point. Decker. She'll take a shot. That goes wide. Rebound to Silva, looking to go back the other way. Elda Silva. Flip to Larman. Gets it into the zone. Sharks will get the change they were looking for coming off that icing. Paisley. Keller snuck in there to break that one up. Puck went up in the air, drops down into the stick of Kira Johnson. Johnson has Martone with her, but Cosgrave and Meta break that one up. Still in the neutral zone. Tipped in to the Shark end. Cosgrave is there. Plays it up the boards for Jenny Keller. Keller across, deflected around. It's off the stick of Stewart. Sharks would have been offside. Now they'll tag up. Martone. Played ahead for Lewington. She takes a tumble. That's tipped around. Johnson has it. Here Johnson down behind the net. She'll go off the boards, broken up. Sonia Meta. Placed ahead for Keller. It's just past her, but she will be first there. Keller going to wrap it around behind the net. Puts it out front for France. Tip down. France has it out front. Tip back to the point. Here's Dion, a shot. That's blocked. Rebound 7, tipping it down low. That was Telesnik breaking up that opportunity for France. She's on the puck now. Fights it off from Keller. Johnson trying to play it ahead. That's deflected. Played down low behind the net. Clark is there now for the Panthers. Ahead to Martone. Knocked off the puck by Brumwell. Dion now down behind the net. Here's Wallace trying to put it out front quickly for Brumwell, but that just missed. Johnson ahead for Pat. She got one in the second try. Beat Dion to the puck. Almost got to it. Now puts it out in front, but nobody home for the Panthers. Back the other way. Here comes Winter. Maybe a 3-on-2. Winter trying to get past Cody, but that'll deflect off of her and into the Panther bench. That puck nearly got all the way to Maxwell by the time Pack was catching up to it. Nearly caused a collision. Panthers win the draw. That one coming right at the official. Swanson now rings it off the boards into the zone. It deflects and nearly came right to McKay. Pack flipping it ahead for Van Berkel. That goes past her. Van Berkel and scores yellow battle for it. Puck comes free to Larman. Larman to McKay. Flipping it forward. It goes past Cody down the ice. Frasca hands up. That's icing. 15:03 to go in the third period. Heavy action through the first two, and it's been no different here in the third. Good opportunities going both ways. And you kind of figured that would happen. Not only with how good both these teams are, but the way they've played against each other. Here's Charette to McKay. It's past her. Cody across for Frasca. Sharks making changes. That puck missed. Shapira goes down the length of the ice. Charette behind her own net. Trying to get it out, but Lazarou catches up to it. She's going to try and drive the net, broken up by France. McKay couldn't get it out. Puck remains in, but on the stick of Sadie France of the Sharks. And she'll bring it down the ice. Stewart gets free of Minor, maybe a chance. Fires across for Keller, broken up. Lazarou now going back the other way, able to get off France. Trying to get through Meta, that's broken up. Shapira trying to go back to the point. She gets pinned to the boards by Meta. Foul for it. That goes. Keller goes down. Here's a shot from the point, and Decker's denied by Maxwell. 14:08 to go. Offensive zone draw for the Panthers. They look to take the lead in this one. They've held the lead twice tonight. The Sharks have yet to hold the lead. Off the draw, it's Taya Wallace. The reason the Panthers don't have the lead, she's got 2 tonight, loses the puck there. Now maybe an opportunity. Paisley makes a move, trying to send it across, intercepted by Brumwell. Brumwell gets past Paisley, trying to chip it through to Lesnick. That's broken up, comes out of the zone. Kathleen Dion sending it in. Past Clark to Lesnick there. Chip by Van Berkel, past 7 out of the zone. Dion off the boards, that missed. Tipped ahead, Dion will fire it in. Around here's De Silva. Lost it to Telesnik. Gives it to Van Berkel. Annabelle Van Berkel, 13:20 to go. She'll come out, she'll spin back and regroup. Van Berkel to Martone. Battling with McKay. Martone able to play it ahead for Paisley, and that's tipped past Dion into the Shark end. Swanson. Peering to the board, 7 able to play it to McKay. Maddie McKay. Off the boards, Dion. Up to De Silva. Flipped in, glove down by a defender there. That was Piper 7. 7 to McKay. Trying to play it ahead. That was knocked down by Lewington. McKay now waits for a second, flips it across to open ice. Dion off the boards. Tipped into the zone by De Silva. Cody will get there for the Panthers. Drops it back. Dangerous play there. Keller catching up. Martone chips it back again. Cody there now for the Panthers. 12.5 to go in the third. Keller all over, trying to force a turnover. That's intercepted. Played up the wing, but not out. Scores yellow, kept it in. Only for a moment, though. Johnson goes out the other way. Chips and chases as the rest of her teammates go off for a change. Stewart will try and send it into the Shark bench there, it almost looked like, but just missed. Obviously trying to get off the boards, which she succeeded in, but close call there. It sent a bunch of people jumping. Off the draw. Deckers. Tipped on net, save, puck is loose, open net, they score! Annabella Van Berkel gives the Panthers the lead. A bit of a miscommunication out front of the Shark net, and the Panthers capitalize. It's 3-2. Sharks wanted to see. Good news is they've came back 12 times. 2 times here today. And they'll look to do it a third. They got Taylor Wallace out on the ice there. She's done it the first 2 times. 12 minutes to go. Puck down behind the net. Miner and Brumwell battle for it. Puck nearly came free to Winter. Now comes up the boards. Back to the point. Chip down low. Save. And Winter nearly able to sneak in there, but Hicks will gather it. Sharks haven't been able to keep it in the offensive zone for long periods of time, as good as the Panthers have been able to. Trying to do it right now. Wallace to Meta. Fires it on net. That hit the stick of Hicks. Winter plays it down low. Shapira's there. Shapira gets past Brumwell. Taking a skate. She's past Wallace as well. Here comes Shapira. Sharks let her walk in here, but she'll wait now. Back to Telesnik. Playing it down low. Knocked down by Cosgrave. It goes back to Shapira. Shapira playing it down low to Trefon. Puts it out in front for Lazarou, broken up. Puck is loose, battles around, and it comes out of the zone. Quickly right back in by Telesnik. Maxwell leaves it for Meta. Sonia Meta. Missed Swanson. Puck goes down the ice. That's going to be icing. So another offensive zone draw coming to the Panthers here with 10.5 to go. Janowski, Larman on the draw, won by Janowski. Van Berkel back to Frasca. Deflected around, puck comes loose. And it comes out of the zone. De Silva going back the other way. De Silva into the zone, taken down by Cody. Battle for it, puck comes free to Janowski. Janowski plays it off the boards. It's broken up. Frasca to Cody. Here's Cody. Gets past Larman, fires it in. Puck ends up on net. Maxwell will gather it with 10:04 to go, halfway down the third. Sharks looking for their third equalizer of the night. Martone and France on the draw. All the top point getters right now for both teams out there on the ice. Stewart wins the draw, 7. Takes it out, back the other way. It was off the stick of Deckers. Keller trying to catch up to it. Tried to put it out in front, that's broken up. France trying to get it back from Johnson, but Martone able to get it for the Panthers. And Martone sends that in to the scorekeeper's area. She's going to get up, she's going to grab the puck and fire it back in. Oh. Face off in front of the Panther bench. France and Johnson on the draw. Won by France, but didn't get it far enough back. Panthers able to send it in. Maxwell leaves it for 7. 7-2 Stewart. Fights off the pressure of Martone. Stewart able to get it out of the zone. Sent right back in by Central York. 7. Up the wing to France. Ahead for Stewart. That's broken up. Turned over now. Martone trying to break in. That's broken up. France flips it ahead. Deckers is there and she'll send it out. Right onto the stick of Martone. And sent the length. Both teams making changes. O'Danis putting pressure on 7. He's going to let Central York keep it in the zone for a moment. That got past Wallace and out. Clark sends it in. Maxwell steps up, gloves it, and will hold. 8:51 to go in the third period. Van Berkel on the draw against Winter. It's won by Winter. Puck goes down the ice. Clark. Lost it. Center. Wallace, a shot stop. Rebound Winter blocked as well. Teo Wallace looking for the hat trick there. Offside for the Panthers. Or the Sharks, sorry. France on the draw. Won by the Panthers. Frasca across for Cody. Cody off the board. Surrett sends it back ahead. And now France gets it out. Here's Frasca. Played forward to Trefon. Fawn is there. Sent ahead. And tipped down the ice. Keller gets there for the Sharks. Keller wrapping around, trying to put it out in front. That's broken up. Cody off the boards, gets it out of the zone. Scores yellow, will drop for Meta. Tipped ahead by Keller. France chasing Cody. They're tied up. Frasca just takes the puck. Wallace sneaking through. Hand is up. Penalty coming. Cross-checking is the call against the Panthers, and Cody, the one going to the box. Cody's got both penalties for the Panthers tonight. Now the Sharks power play with a huge opportunity here to tie the game. Sometimes it's not about how many you get, it's about when you get them. And the Sharks power play, despite not converting yet tonight, or converting on the weekend, would love to get here. That one high in the air and out of the zone, almost up in the rafters. Dion misses Winter, and now Paisley trying to come back in. She goes down. Sharks will have to regroup. Minute 20. Let's go on the power play. Here goes Meta into the zone. Broken up. Dion to Meta. Winter, McKay, Wallace, Dion, and Meta out there for the Sharks, and they don't have anything going yet. Maxwell leaves it for Winter. 6:45 left in the game. 55 seconds left in the power play. Millie Winter up the wing, coming in, takes the shot, save Hicks. Rebound Pack, doesn't come out. Sharks will get a second chance. Wallace down low, puts it out in front, but no one was there, and it'll come out. Dion to 7. Fighting with Van Berkel, it'll play it to Keller. That's deflected away, now Van Berkel short-handed chance. She'll take a shot, stop there. Both teams with some good short-handed opportunities here tonight. 20 seconds to go in the power play. Keller off the boards looking for Stewart, didn't have enough on it, and sent down the length of the ice. Maxwell's going to make a decision with it. She'll play it to an open part of the zone. Stewart trying to get out, she will. Stewart to Keller into the zone. Jenny Keller going to drive the net, takes the shot, hit the post. 7. Down the corner for Keller, has Stewart driving the net, she'll go back to the point. 7, takes the shot, save Hicks. Rebound goes to Clark, out to Johnson and into the Central York bench. We're back 5-on-5, 5:30 to go in the game. It's like 7 seconds came off the clock. And I guess they're going to just hold it for now. So it remains at 5:23. Now it'll go down. That's tipped ahead. Martone with an opportunity broken up. Decker steps up. Puts it out in front, missed. Here's Miner stepping up, blocked by Brumwell. Collecting her own rebound, Ashley Miner taken down. Larman will knock it free. Back the other way, Sam Larman into the zone. Larman with De Silva and Brumwell. Tipped around, De Silva trying to drive the net, that's broken up. Larman trying to get the puck back, loses it. Martone can't clear. Meta to De Silva, collision there with Janowski. Here's Larman, a shot denied. Rebound's loose, Larman putting it across, broken up. Down goes De Silva, puck cleared by the Panthers. It'll be a race for the puck. Lazarou and Cosgrave. Cosgrave gets there first. Not enough on it for icing, so the play continues. Meta gets stripped of the puck. Here's Lazarou, makes a move. Waiting, keeps possession. That's blocked off by De Silva. Hands up though. Penalty coming up, another cross check. Cosgrave to the box. So the Sharks' power play has been strong. Penalty kill has been strong all year. They'll need another kill here to stay in this one. Miner to Lazarou. Lazarou keeps, goes back to the point. Miner, Lazarou. Waiting, sends a shot to the net, that's broken up. Wallace diving in, kept Trifone from putting it on net. Trifone tried to send it down low, that's deflected. Now down behind the net. Battle for it, puck comes free to the Panthers. Lazarou to Miner, she'll take a shot, stopped by Maxwell. Rebound Lazarou. Waits, gives to Miner. Miner, waiting, spins off of Dion. Ashley Miner to Lazarou, across, one-timer, fan dodge. Trifone didn't get all of that one, and it'll go up into the netting. 3:33 to go, 1:11 left on the power play. Panthers lead 3-2. Draw one by Central York. Pass across. Into the boards there is Clark. Puck comes free. Clark below the net to Pack. Putting it out front. Looking for Ordanis. That was broken up. Sharks are going to go back the other way. Very late in this game. They may just skate it down. Not even worry about clearing. That one on net, stopped by Hicks, and she'll get it to safety. Ordanis has Van Berkel sneaking out behind the defense, but Central York will just calm it down, not wanting to take a big risk here with the lead late in the third. Swanson with it. She's going to try and clear, kept in by Pack. Pack down low, Van Berkel to Ordanis, a shot that goes over top of the net. Rebound Meta. Puck comes out of the zone, final 20 seconds of the power play. Telesnik plays it across to Cody, broken up by Keller. Telesnik gets it back, her second opportunity goes to Van Berkel. Keller, tons of pressure, forces the turnover, but France couldn't keep it on her stick. Cosgrave out of the box in 5 seconds, and then the Sharks will try and get back in this game in the final minutes. Here's a shot, save Maxwell. Rebound loose, it goes to France. France off the boards for Stewart. Maybe a 2-on-1 for the Sharks, back the other way. Stewart spins it to Keller, stopped by Hicks. A great opportunity there for the Sharks, but Hicks with the stop. 2:10 to go. Janowski and France on the draw, won by the Sharks. Keller off the boards. Behind the net, Stewart putting it out front. That's broken up by Deckers. Maxwell remains in her net for now, but creeping out a bit. France played across. Battle for it between Miner and Stewart. Miner goes up the boards for Paisley. Dion can't keep it in. Paisley trying to go back the other way, broken up by Keller. Panthers have it. Deckers sends it in. Here's 7. Around to Dion. Dion plays the head for Stewart. Kate Stewart into the zone. Still 5-on-5. Her shot missed over top. Big rebound back the other way. Lewington didn't know where it was. That'll give the Sharks the puck back. Winter battling with Clark for it. Clark's able to send it into the Shark end. Minute 20 to go. France across for Meta. Sharks trying to come in. That's broken up again. France spins back, regroups, fires it off the boards as she needs a change. Walls is going to be first in there, and she'll force a whistle with 1:06 to go. Maxwell to the bench. Looks like we're going to get a timeout now from the Sharks. So both teams just meeting right now as Panthers lead 3-2, about 1:20 to go. It's been an entertaining one tonight. Teams have gone back and forth, but the Panthers have been the only ones to hold a lead. 1-0, 2-1, and now 3-2. Sharks came close on a Jenny Keller opportunity a couple minutes ago to tying the game. The pace of this game has been amazing from the first minute of the first period now into the final 2 minutes of the last period. Of course, if the Sharks can score here, though, it may not be the last period. Stewart, Keller, France, Wallace, Meta, and Dion. Here is the finish, folks. Off the draw, puck comes free to Deckers. Deckers with it, trying to bring it around. That's broken up. Down low behind the net. Sharks trying to knock it free. Puck cleared out to the point. Here's Meta. Meta going to put it in on net. That was blocked. Empty net opportunity now. Shapira flips it out down the ice. Dion will catch up to it. 50 seconds to go. Dion. Cross for Meta. Ahead to Wallace. Chipping it forward just past Keller, but France is there. Sadie France into the zone. Has an opportunity. Takes the shot blocked by Trefon. Decker's trying to get it out. Stewart keeps it in. Wallace trying to bring it to the middle. Puck comes free to France. 30 seconds to go. France going to spin back, goes to the point. Dion. Dion takes a shot, looking for a deflection save. Rebound Meta, she'll fire tonight. Rebound stopped by Hicks. Panthers don't like Keller getting that close to their goalie, but at this point in the game, everyone laying it all on the line. 20 seconds to go as the Sharks look to tie it. Charette comes on for Dion, but the other 5 remain on. Panthers win the draw, looking for some space. Meta, can she catch up to it? No. Puck comes out of the zone, she'll have to hurry. 10 seconds to go. Meta just has to fire it up ice. She will. Trying to get it to Stewart. Pinned to the boards. Final seconds. Sharks try and knock it free. They will. Maybe time for one final opportunity. They're not going to have enough. And the Central York Panthers pick up a huge victory over the Sharks. 3-2, your final. What a performance on both sides tonight. And the Sharks find themselves in a situation where they've played 2 straight pretty strong games, but walk away with 0 points as the Panthers pick up all 3 points in this one in what was a great back and forth game. Sharks came close a couple times to finding that equalizing goal, but weren't able to get the job done tonight. 2 teams will do their handshakes now. So, final score here tonight, 3-2 for the Panthers. Next time these 2 teams will face off will be in November. Next time the Sharks play will be not this Friday, but next Friday against the Ottawa Lady 67s. That's going to do it here tonight from the Stronach Aurora Community Complex. My name is Josh McCann. Thanks for joining us, everyone, and we'll see you next Friday.